What's the plan for today?
Ave Canyon?
Mountain biking?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Problems I have with my bike rack here, as you can see here, it's pretty melted, and the strap for it melted, and that's because when you fold it up, that sits right that bike rack sits right in front of the exhaust pipe, and not a good setup. So because of that, that's all melted apart, and I need to take it and put a bungee on here. And there you go. Two bikes on the back of a Miata. So normally Eric likes to go on these bike rides with me.
But he's broken.
But he broke his arm biking and then was too stupid to quit riding.
And decided to make it worse.
And it made it so that the bones would not reconnect, so he had to have surgery. And do you have a good x-ray of it?
Good x-ray of it? I do have
A
x-rays
picture?
of it. My additional screws.
Let's
There's my fun.
Some screws in there. There's, he broke it and continued to ride, so it didn't want to heal. It was just that crack, I guess, was never.
Yeah, it was a
back.
solid piece that was just kind of floating because it wouldn't attach, and so they screwed it together, and now it looks like it's almost, there's very little space.
So now, in another few weeks, we can start beating it
back
up
on the
again on the bike. So, the good thing about this is there's only room on the Miata for two bikes anyway. And Myron keeps missing out on this trip. Let's go. Yep. He I don't think Myron's ever ridden this trail.
Oh gosh, the climbing's brutal.
See how Myron likes my fixed car. We don't have money for a new pass.
You need to go back?
I guess we'll deal with it. We'll just pay cash. We have
Pay
cash,
cash?
right? We have cash, I think. How much cash do I have? One, two, three. We maybe better go back. Need some money. So here's our old pass. It expired last month, and we need new money.
Tibbleford, right?
No.
Oh, we're gonna get an annual pass though. Canyon one or National Park one?
Like this one.
Oh, okay. So 45. 45.
Get our new pass.
Do you have a
Ooh, it's green this year.
Then I just need you to sign your name on your new pass.
Okay.
Do you want me to recycle your old one for you?
And no, we'll keep it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. There's that.
Have a good day, you guys.
Thanks. And
Your signature sucks.
yeah, it does. Thanks.
a new one, and it has October punched. So this should be good till the end of October next year.
That way we can do photos without buying a new one next year.
Oh boy, this is wobbling really bad.
If you use two hands.
Yeah, but then I can't. You have to put it on top of your water bottle. And then you have to drink my elbow sweat.
And
The colors are cool.
yeah, they're starting to change.
It looks really good in the camera.
Biker.
I bike up and down this canyon a lot, so I really appreciate cars that treat cyclists properly. But in this
small.
canyon, this road's small. There's no
Right.
shoulder, but there's so many bikes and stuff going up and down that everybody expects them, and so even with that, this is actually a safer place to bike than a road with a big shoulder. This is the corner where Ben just about wasn't it this one? It's coming down too fast and couldn't go around the corner, couldn't make the corner, and so he ended up in the rocks and stuff and skidded out and crashed. Right there. Oh, right here's where it's too. We actually got a parking spot. Woohoo! A lot of people up here today. Wow. Okay, we got a real dilemma here. Melon head over here didn't bring his helmet. And it's too far to go all the way back home just to turn around and get the helmet. So what do we do? I have a helmet. I'm not stupid. I should put it in. I saw it there, and I went when I grabbed mine, but I figured you'd grab your own helmet.
Sorry. I didn't think about it because you already had the bikes and everything on the Miata. Grabbing stuff, the only thing I thought about was my shoes. I should have thought about my helmet though.
Yeah, not too cold, huh? Yeah, but then when we start working, you get warm. Utah's famous for mountain biking. When people think about mountain biking in Utah, they're usually thinking about Moab and all the slick rock stuff. But my favorite part is up here in northern Utah, where we have the trees and the forest. And I really love this forest, and one of my favorite places is American Fork Canyon. It's great, nice technical trails, a lot of fun. The only real problem is the motorcycles kind of make the trails dusty, but we got a little bit of rain and maybe a little bit of snow a week or so ago up here, and so the trails are all nice and good conditions right now. Before we left, I told Myron that this was going to be a hard climb, but I'm kind of not bringing it up here as we're approaching the climb, because I know he's a stronger rider than I am, and at this point I need any advantage I can get. So I'm kind of hanging back a little bit, taking it easy through here. I usually work actually easier than what we're doing now, but taking it easier so that as we approach that climb, I can get my heart rate down as low as I can, because I know this is going to be a max heart rate, and it's just a challenge to see if I can make it all the way up to the hill, the top of the hill, without putting a foot down. I haven't made it yet, and we're going to see how far I can get today.
There's a much harder one coming. Let's go slow. Okay, don't block the trail. This is where Eric broke his cell phone. Crashed right on that corner and fell over. Okay, give me room. Yep. It gets worse. This is just the beginning. Well, since I had to stop, might as well try to catch my breath, huh? Higher heart rate, having a harder time recovering today than normal.
Well, I wasn't able to get past Myron there, but it gave me a good excuse to stop and take a breath. And the reality is I wouldn't have made it up that anyway. I was having a really hard time catching my breath on the hill today, and so yeah, it ended up being I needed to stop there and rest for a bit, recover, and then I was able to finish the rest of the trail. The rest of the climb until I get into the top, and then I was feeling pretty good about myself, because it took Myron a little bit longer to get there, and so I beat him on the climb. So I'm pretty pleased with myself for today's performance.
How you doing? Yeah. Are you right behind me? Hey, so I heard you behind me. Morning. Good. One behind me.
So it turned out he wasn't right
Well,
behind me, so I had
pretty pleased
to,
with myself.
after getting to the top, I waited for a while and I had to turn around and see what happened to Myron.
Okay. You're done. It's hard climb's over. I beat Myron! That's part of why I was dropping behind you at the beginning. Because it's like, I need to have but we were still going I still went too fast, and so I still was, when we hit the climb, I was still way too exhausted. So, had I not got stuck where I was trying to pass you, I'd have gotten stuck just a little bit further. But that was my only stop right there. Well, I think I dabbed my foot on one of them. About 8,000 feet. Ridge Trail 157. And I'll move out of the way for you.
Are you tired?
I'm like some people that stop in the middle of the trail.
I don't think I want to drop down all the way.
Okay, we won't. We'll just go Pine Hollow. We'll go right back to the thing. So I already.
Original plan was to do kind of a figure 8 loop where we'd drop down towards Cascade Springs, but Myron had spent too long living at sea level, and so this altitude somewhere around 8,000 feet was just killing him. So we decided to go ahead and at the top of Pine Hollow we'd turn down and go back down to the start from there. Frequently in Pine Hollow we'll run into moose, and this moose was standing at the top of the Pine Hollow a couple weeks ago when we were up here. So this is where we found that moose, and now we're going to head back down to the start. So a nice fun downhill from here. For the next section here, I'm just going to leave the normal sound just to kind of get a feel for what the downhill is like.
Beautiful.
Man, I don't know why you didn't just go through that. It makes a fun little splash, but Myron's got something about going through river crossings at full speed.
without helmets, you need to be careful. There's some good spots to jump in this hollow. And you kind of took that one, which is okay, I guess, but no helmet. Left. Yep.
And we're back to the beginning where we started from, and as always, the saddest part of the whole ride is it's over and it's time to head home.
What was the best part of the ride?
Being with Dad.
Yeah. What a bust, huh? Why did I take all that liquid all that direction if I'm not going to drink it? But because I thought we were going to go the other way.
Yeah.
He's so happy. We left him a parking spot. What kind of bikes he's got?
Pivot.
Pivot
And
bikes.
Yeti.
Pivot and a Yeti. This road gets covered with falling rock all the time.
Well, I hope you enjoyed sharing this trip up American Fork Canyon with us. We've got more adventures in the future here. It takes a lot of work to put these videos together, so it may take a little while before we get the next one done. But this summer we're planning on making some longer, more fun adventures.